Voters had a really easy time at the polls today and this afternoon, and then they got to head here to Black Lives Matter Plaza. You can see behind me there is a huge crowd out here, but as of right now they have been deploying. There goes another one. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that. And then the smoke, you can see it coming up. President Biden's visit comes as questions still surround exactly what caused the tower to collapse. The man drove his car into a barricade, the north barricade specifically. That is farther up Constitution Avenue right here, but the barricade looks just like the one behind me. A member of the West Virginia House of Delegates has resigned after he stormed the Capitol building with other Trump supporters earlier this week. I'm just going to read off from this piece of the exhibit. It says DC's Ward 8, one full-service grocery store for every 85,000 residents, and that's compared to other places in the district that have virtually no issue with food deserts. After 22 years of working in public service, Alexandria's city manager Mark Jinks is planning to retire by the end of this year. And they said they were at the Ellipse today listening to President Donald Trump speak at that rally, and then they marched over here with everyone else to the Capitol right here behind me. They said that they were just in the back of the crowd when things started to get a little rowdy, and they actually, were denouncing any kind of violence or anything that has happened.
First hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season.
Let the storm rage on. Okay, sorry, I just couldn't help myself.
We've been learning new details about this developing story throughout the day. WVM's Lex Juarez has been following each new piece of information for us and is standing right now outside of the 4th District Police Station. Lex, what are you hearing out there in the streets?
Yeah, Karan Hilton, that is the name ringing through streets tonight. I'm actually got moved a block away from the Metropolitan Police Department because the police are now on a high alert after community members and a group marched all the way about a mile to the 4th District Police Department and made their voices heard.
Justice for Karan! Justice for Karan! Justice for Karan!
A mother's cry for justice, echoed by community members. Chants rang through the streets for hours as the group marched from Kennedy Street to the 4th Street MPD headquarters. Within seconds, a broken door and officers in riot gear. Karan Hilton's mother front and center before the barricades were moved, leading to officers in formation as people shouted in their faces. All of this after Hilton's death following a police pursuit that ended in a crash.
They come, they antagonize these kids, they do whatever they want. We have so many videos.
And the community says they're tired of it. Now they're coming together, marching in the streets, demanding body cam and dash cam footage and signing a petition to demand the officers involved are let go.
You know, he was happy. And they took that from him, and they took him from his daughter, and we want justice. They need to be held accountable.
And I have put in a request with MPD for that body cam and dash cam footage. Of course, as soon as we get an update on that, we will be releasing that and showing it to you both here and online. For now, live in Washington, Lex Juarez, WDVM 25.
TNTC. This is a letter from T.
This is big. When I was 9, I don't remember doing nothing like this.
Someone so young being able to see, those painful realities and speak about them in such a poetic way, it's a beautiful thing.
I know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. This is business. We've been fighting for too long.
All people need to do is look at her and look at her age and know that there's truth in her words.
I feel like the world needs something because we've been hearing from a bunch of grown-ups' perspectives and what they feel, so I feel like from a kid's perspective of what they see is different.
This is a letter from C. Yeah, TNTC. I hope you listen to me.
She talks about it just like she sees it. She wants equality. She wants people to get along. She doesn't understand why, because black people are black, that they're looked at different. She doesn't understand it, but that doesn't stop her from speaking about it.
It was very empowering for me
as a black woman to see a young black girl do this and show other young black girls that they can do this too.
I feel like honestly no one knows except my friends, like my silly side or like my regular kid side. They need to know like the outside of me, like what I want to be, like a painter, and like how I want to like bring Bob Ross back and be Bobalina Ross.
Where she is now and how she realized she knows that she's making a difference. I feel like that is what's pushing her, you know, to do more.
It's never about Zaya, you know? Even I think her music, and that's why it was so unassuming and such a surprise to everybody, because her music is not about her. I feel it's about her community.
I did my thing called Blessing Bags. They donated a lot of money for me to help homeless people in need.
Whatever she accomplishes, she also wants to take everybody with her and, you know, make sure everybody feels loved.
I always try to represent, but they say you don't represent me. I try to be the best, but you fail to see what's in me. I try to feel blessed, but the stress is kind of heavy. But do it all.
Our kids have a lot to say. They really have amazing things to talk about in their lives and their life experience. They just need a microphone.
She's doing something that is not being done in the music industry, and that's like just making an impact again.
I have a lot of love and support, and I appreciate all that.
It's real refreshing, you know, when people approach us and their heart is just like on their sleeve. They just want to do whatever they can to help her get that message across.
Who's gonna make the world better? As she grows older and we make sure she's good, she's gonna make sure the world's good. And if we do the same thing for every other youth that's out there, the world will be okay. So.
I hope you hear me.
Lex, if we weren't in the middle of a full-fledged newscast right now, I'd probably sing karaoke with you. How's everything going?
Yeah, Joseph, I think I'd be right there with you singing my personal favorite for karaoke, which is Ice Ice Baby. And you might think that performing karaoke in your living room in front of your laptop could be anticlimactic, but for so many people, it has become an escape from their quarantine and has brought a renewed sense of community.
It's really become an important part of my life.
District karaoke, a league that became popular almost instantly.
Put it online saying, register for a karaoke league. And it filled up in 6 days.
And 9 years later, it's a getaway from the work-from-home life.
There is this sense of camaraderie that when we come together, obviously we all want to sing and we're all going to sing, but that is sort of secondary.
We're there for each other, even if we're not there physically. We're there in our little rectangular box for each other.
Celebrating successes and supporting those who have lost, all while keeping an upbeat atmosphere and having fun.
We really have no expectations other than, you know, everyone being as kind and loving to each other as humanly possible.
As someone who relates to karaoke fanatics, the thought of a group like this caught my attention, especially how they've helped people get through the past year.
Definitely heard from folks that without the virtual karaoke, they are really, they would have been worried for their ability to get through the pandemic.
Going through the whole week, you don't realize you've talked to coworkers in the meeting, but all you've talked about is coworkers' work. So I feel like when I go to sleep at night and it's time to dream about something, I don't want it to only be work.
It's just great to sing with people who are non-judgmental, and the range of talent is from tone deaf to probably the voice worthy.
Well, the District Karaoke League meets every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Live in Washington, Lex Juarez, WDVM 25.
Lex, I envy you right now. You're just chilling at home right now, sitting. What is that? Is that a bean pillow? What is that?
Oh, this is, you know, what my makeshift couch, a little Pompous chair here. Very comfortable, honestly, and it's going to be great for whenever I get to tune in to one of these district karaokes and sing along right with them from right here.